Hello everybody, let's learn about tea cold disease in tea plant diseases. Let's learn it through the symptoms and pathogens, infection cycle, disease conditions, prevention and treatment methods. These 5 aspects. 1. The symptoms of tea cold disease. Tea cold disease is one of the common diseases in tea trees. It has been reported in various tea areas all over China. It has also occurred in major tea-producing countries in the world. The occurrence of tea cold disease will seriously affect the photosynthesis of tea trees, cause tree potential senescence, hinder the growth of bud leaves. At the same time, due to the serious pollution of bacteria, it also has a great impact on the quality of tea. It mainly occurs in the mature leaves of the middle and lower parts of tea trees. It also occurs on the old leaves, buds and shoots in the early stage of the disease. Black, round, or irregular spots appear on the front of the leaves, then gradually enlarge. In severe cases, black pulverized coal covered the whole leaves, sometimes spread upward to the young shoots and buds. In the later stage, black short hairy things will cluster on the coal seams. The gardens in pandemic look pitch black in the distance. Trees are lack of vigor. 2. The pathogen of tea cold disease. Tea cold pathogen belongs to Ascomycete subphylum fungi, hyphae brown. Separated, stellate conidia with 3 to 4 bifurcations. Each bifurcation has 2 to 4 divisions. The tip is obtusely round. The ascomycete is longitudinally long, single or branched. The tip is inflated in a spherical or capitate shape. Black, 39 to 72 UM in diameter, with many endophytic ascomycetes. Ascospores are colorless at the initial stage. Monospore, brown at the later stage. There are 3 compartments, oval or fusiform, 8 to 10 UM by 3 to 5 UM size. Conidia often mixed with ascocarps with a long stalk. The size is 500 UM by 14 UM. Conidia are oval or nearly spherical, colorless, monospore. The size is 4 to 6 UM by 1.6 to 2.4 UM. Let's look at the infection cycle of tea cold disease. The pathogen overwinters in diseased leaves with mycelia, conidia or ascospores. Produces conidia or ascospores when the environmental conditions are subtle in the next spring. Spores absorb the nutrients secreted by pests to grow and reproduce, then produce spores, spread and infect. Spores spread with wind and rain, falling on the secretions of whiteflies, aphids, and scales. 4. The occurrence conditions of tea cold disease. The secretions of whitefly, aphids, and scales are the nutrients of tea cold pathogens. The occurrence of these pests is the occurrence condition of tea cold disease. The severity of the disease is closely related to the number of pests and the color and thickness of mildew layer on diseased leaves vary with the species of pests and the amount of secretions. Generally, they do not go deep into the host tissue and only engage in saprophytic life. Due to the aggravation of the occurrence of black whitefly, red wax scale, hornwax scale, and other pests, tea cold disease occurred seriously in some areas in China. For example, in 1991, in some alpine tea gardens in Yingshan, Hubei province. Due to the severe outbreak of red wax scale, the epidemic of tea cold disease occurred. There were almost no young buds in seriously damaged tea gardens. In Lianyuan, Shuangfeng, and other places in Hunan province from 1994 to 1996, due to the severe outbreak of the black spine whitefly, the tea cold disease occurred in more than 1,000 square meters of tea garden. Finally, we will learn 3 control methods of tea cold disease. 1. To block the source of nutrition. Control the amount of black spine whitefly, scale, and aphids. Blocking the nutrition source of bacteria is the fundamental measure to control tea cold disease. 2. Chemical control. When the outbreak is serious, stone sulfur mixture is used to close the garden in late autumn to control pests, and at the same time, it can also effectively prevent or reduce the occurrence of tea cold disease in the following year. We must spray evenly so as to improve the control effect. 3. Strengthen the management of tea garden. Especially pay attention to reasonable fertilization, proper pruning, weeding in time, and strengthening the tree's vigor. In this lesson, we learned about the symptoms, pathogens, infection cycle, morbidity conditions, methods of prevention and control. That's the main content of today's lesson. Thank you for listening. See you!